my name's TJ. I'm the founder of Fearless FJ40, and here we have a 1977 FJ40. And one thing that's really special and interesting about this car is that it's a one-owner car from brand new. The original owner actually received this as his 17th or 18th birthday present and owned it until it was sold to me. And I still have the original factory invoice, which is just very rare. And the car itself, when we acquired it, was just in phenomenal condition. There was no major rust or anything. It had been garaged its whole life and was pretty much all original. All the panels were original. Much of the bolts were still original, and all the brackets and the jack and everything was still there. So it's just very rare to start with a car that has come from a one-owner ownership from new, and just finding it in such original condition. So it's been a over 1 year restoration, which started in early 2020, pretty much we took the car apart. The chassis was blasted, powder coated. The axles were completely taken apart, powder coated, put back together. And then obviously we did a complete bare metal respray on the body. We also used Raptor lining underneath to prevent from rust. It was rust treated, Raptor lined, as well as the inside of the door skins on both sides were Raptor lined too. So we were able to kind of isolate the areas that usually rust on an FJ40 and really treat those for the future. We went with the original factory Nebula Green, Toyota Nebula Green. At some point in its life, it was resprayed to a dark blue. It's only ever had one respray in its life from the original owner. And so we decided to put it back to its factory color, which was actually the most popular color to be sold in Indonesia, Nebula Green. And yeah, we've really tried to do our best with the body, just to make the body really straight and true. And very little filler was required, obviously, because it was very rust-free example. So the bodywork feels very thin, as it would from factory. You can still see the rivets on the side of the body as well. Talking about the engine, we took the engine out, we had it apart, we did a compression test. It was found to be producing very consistent, good compression all around, but we still took it apart. We changed all the gaskets, changed the valve seals, valves. Pistons were still original, so we kept the pistons. I think piston rings were changed as well. All the gaskets replaced. Brand new clutch and clutch housing was completely changed. Original radiator, new alternator, power steering was also added. So originally this would have not had power steering, so we put, again, original FJ60 power steering unit and power steering pump in there. So now it's completely set up with power steering. The engine just runs great. It's just very stable. It ticks over just like a 2F should. It makes that signature 2F sound. The carburetor was taken apart and rebuilt, so we did a full carb rebuild, all new gasket seals and internals in the carb as well. Air cleaner was powder coated as well, and even the stickers are originally reproduced by us. We've reproduced all the factory stickers too, just to give it that original factory look. All new hood catches, all OEM, new lights, original OEM fog lights, side mirrors, original OEM, all rubbers, weather stripping, all completely original Toyota OEM. We don't use the Taiwanese parts because after some time you will regret using them. So all parts here are original Toyota. All emblems, brand new, all emblems all around. Again, Toyota OEM emblems. We've gone with the Old Man Emu shock absorbers and leaf spring suspension system, which is kind of I would say the industry standard go-to suspension kit for the FJ40, and it's a huge upgrade to the comfort, I think, driving this. We also went with the FJ60 Toyota original Land Cruiser disc brake front setup, brake booster, original drum brakes at the back, so the stopping power is phenomenal, and the FJ60 is probably the preferred kit to go with because it's the original brake system of Land Cruiser, and it's also just incredibly hard to find that now. We've run the car for about 500 kilometers just to dial it in and make sure everything's just working well. And so yeah, I've probably put a little over 500 kilometers on this myself. We went with full Nappa leather interior, which is just beautiful. Obviously all the seat frames were also resprayed. The speedometer unit was also taken out and restored by a specialist, and it's been basically recommissioned, let's say, with LED lights, and all of the backings, displays as well have been restored. Switches it's got the original hazard switch. All the other switches are pretty much original apart from the fog lamp switch. I've installed this little clock and battery voltmeter display, so you can always tell your battery level, which is nice. We've also got this nice Marshall Bluetooth speaker box here, which is a custom setup with drink holders, which is just a nice thing to have. So it's very easy to pull that out. It's actually fixed in there on the original brackets that come with the Marshall Bluetooth speaker. And it's very stable, and the box kind of folds down so you can access the knobs at the top and you can push it back up. And that's just a nice little addition there. And so that's included with the car. You can take it off-roading. We've got worn locking hubs on the front wheels as well, if you have a look at the wheels. We've gone with the matching color wheels, which is not necessarily the usual go-to. I think originally Toyota used kind of a gray color on the wheels, but we just felt like I just love matching wheel colors. We're also using the OEM hubcaps on all 5 wheels because we've got the spare at the back. We also put brand new Maxxis all-terrain tires on here, which I believe are a 31 or 31.5 inch tire. Brand new on all 4 corners and the spare, and they're just a great tire that I think is very similar to the BF Goodrich all-terrain, but performs great, and it's good on the road and off the road. And because this car was mainly set up for on the road, we wanted to kind of, as much as possible, make the ride setup cater for mostly road use. Again, original light setups, Toyota, original emblems. We've also got a fog lamp at the back, which is according to the UK regulation as well. And rear door just opens nicely. It's got the original cover, wire cover on the back of the door. We've got all the original jack setup as well, which again, very hard to find, but full jack, levers, and crank handle, everything. It's a completely full setup, which is just a nice thing to have. All the backing plates of the seats were also done in the original Toyota silver, which is the same color as the bumpers. Again, factory spec as much as possible in this restoration. So in summary, it's I think a very carefully restored car. It's been dialed in, it's running well. It's actually just ready to go to a new owner. It's very rare to find one owner cars. It's very rare to find them in this condition of originality. They're getting just very, very rare to find. A lot of people import these cars and they just find them and sell them for a quick buck, but this has definitely been a car that's been carefully and lovingly restored, and hopefully you know what you're buying when you buy this car. Please check us out on Instagram at fearless.fj40. I can also help sourcing with parts. Have multiple parts for sale right now, and I can also help with those that want to commission a restoration from scratch. I can certainly assist in building the FJ40 of your dreams too. But thank you for watching. Thanks for checking in on this car. I really hope that it goes to a great home that will enjoy it and care for it and drive it and give it the use that it deserves and can actually be put through. Because that's the beautiful thing about owning an FJ40 is you don't need to let it be a garage queen. You can actually take it out there and enjoy it. And they are actually not hard to maintain at all. So that's a wonderful thing. So thanks for watching, guys, and that'll be it for today's video.